Good morning, dear students. Hope you are all safe and fine. Today we will be doing from Geography section, chapter 7, and the name of the chapter is Natural Vegetation and Wildlife. My dear children, before we have a deep understanding about the chapter, let us try to understand some of the important terms related with the chapter. Here are the terms. Photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? The ability to capture and use light as a source of energy is called photosynthesis. Flora. What is flora? Plant life in general, especially plants of a certain region, environment, or period, is called flora. Fauna. Animal life in general, especially the indigenous animals of a certain region, environment, or period, is called fauna. Ecosystem. What is ecosystem? The interacting system of a biological community and its non-living surroundings is called ecosystem. Biome. A large community or organisms having a peculiar form of vegetation and characteristics animals is called biome. Vegetation. What is vegetation? Plant life in general, with respect to geographical variation or scenery, is called vegetation. Next, we will move on to vegetation types. First of all, let us look at the tropical rainforest. The tropical rainforests are only found in the rainy parts of India, that is, the Western Ghats and the island groups of Lakshadweep and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. These types of forests grow mostly in areas that receive more than 200 centimeters of rainfall and experience a short dry season. In these forests, trees grow to a height of up to 60 meters or even above. As the region is warm and wet throughout the year, a variety of lush green vegetation is abundant here. This vegetation includes trees, shrubs, and creepers. They give the forest a multi-layered appearance. There is no particular time for the trees to shed their leaves, so these forests are green in appearance for the whole year. Next, tropical deciduous forests. The most widespread forests in India are the tropical deciduous forests, also known as the monsoon forests. These forests are spread over a region that receives rainfall between 200 cm and 70 cm. For about 6 to 8 weeks in summer, the trees of monsoon forests shed their leaves. As each tree has its own time of shedding leaves, which is never the same for all species, these forests never appear barren at any particular time of the year. There are two types of tropical deciduous forests. Moist deciduous forests, which located in areas that receive 100 cm to 200 cm rainfall. And the teak is the most important and prominent species of these forests. Dry deciduous forests, located in areas that receive 70 cm to 100 cm rainfall. Most of this forest region has now been cleared for cultivation and grazing. Next, the thorn forests and scrubs. Thorny trees and bushes comprise the thorn forests and scrubs of India. These forests are found mainly in the northwestern parts of India, that is, in the semi-arid areas of Gujarat and semi-arid and arid areas of Rajasthan. The main plant species of these forests are cacti, acacia, and palms, etc. The scattered trees of this type of forest possess long, penetrating roots that reach deep into the soil. They spread this way in order to reach for water. Mangrove or tidal forests. They are the most important forests found in the area where coasts are affected by tides. They accumulate mud and silt. Dense mangroves are the common varieties with their roots submerged in water. The delta of Kanka, Mahanadi, Kaveri are covered by such forests. These forests provide durable and solid timber. Palm, coconut, coca, screw pines are also found in some deltas. Most plants have their roots submerged under water. Next, we will move on to wildlife. India has a rich stock of flora and fauna. The abundance of wildlife can be estimated by the following facts and figures. There are more than 90,000 animal species. India has 2,000 species of birds that make up 13% of the world's total. The country has 2,546 species of fish that make up 12% of the world's stock. The amphibians, reptiles, and mammals of India comprise between 5% and 8% of the world's counts. Elephants are huge yet majestic land creatures. These mammals live in the hot, wet forests of Kerala, Karnataka, and Assam. The elephants of India belong to the Asian variety. They are smaller in height than the African elephants and also possess smaller ears and tusks. Assam and West Bengal have swamps and marshlands that provide homes for the one-horned rhinos. Many parts of the Thar deserts and the Rann of Kutch are the place where the camels and wild ass live respectively. Various species of monkeys, gazelles, chosinha, nilkais, and Indian bison are also found in our country. India can be proud of being the only country in the world where both lions and tigers are found. Indian lions live in their natural habitats that are in the dense Gir forests of Gujarat. The tigers have made their homes in the Himalayan regions, the Sundarbans of West Bengal, and the forests of Gujarat. Leopards, which belong to the cat family, are also found here. A large variety of animals have found refuge in the lofty Himalayan region. They have adapted themselves to the harsh and extremely cold conditions at the high altitudes. The cold freezing Ladakh environments are where the Kyang, Tibetan wild ass, Bharal, blue sheep, the Tibetan antelope, the yang thrive. Certain areas of the Himalayas are the habitats of the extremely rare red panda, the snow leopard, the bear, and the ibex. The watery havens or place for turtles, crocodiles, and khariels are provided by the coastal areas, the lakes, and the rivers. The khariels, the only one of a certain variety of crocodiles in the world today, are found only in India. Colorful birds please every Indian heart. The color of our national birds, that is the peacock, and the sound of pigeons on rooftops and road crossings are a major part of the Indian life. Pheasants, ducks, parakeets, and cranes find their homes in forests and wetlands of India. After we finish to discuss about wildlife, let us now move on to conserving biodiversity. Due to uncurtailed, continuous, and abundant abuse of plant and animal resources in India, the country's ecosystem has received a rude shock. Many of the plant and animal species have become extinct and many others are on the verge of extinction. Such plants and animals are termed as endangered species. Out of the numerous plants that India has known since ages, nearly 1,300 plant species are in the endangered list, while 20 others are most probably extinct. This can be inferred because some species have not been seen in the last 60 to 100 years. Many plans and programs have been announced and implemented to preserve and regenerate the flora and fauna of India. Steps taken for this purpose are planting more trees, preserving, regenerating forests, and developing the natural habitats of wildlife. To keep abreast of the progress in this direction, a number of periodic surveys and censuses are being conducted. Project Tiger and Project Rhino were concrete steps in this direction. Today, the 16 Tiger Reserve in India are working to keep the success of the Project Tiger intact. India's most famous bird, the great Indian bustard of Rajasthan, has sadly entered the endangered species list. The Indian government has set up a number of wildlife sanctuaries, bird sanctuaries, and national parks all over the country to preserve the flora and fauna. At present, India has 480 wildlife sanctuaries and 86 national parks. Biosphere Reserves have also come up in the country in order to protect and conserve the biodiversity of India. These reserves are actually multi-purpose protected areas. In these reserves, each plant and animal species find a protected, conducive environment in its natural habitat. The main objectives for setting up of the biosphere reserves are: Number 1, conserving and maintaining diversity and integrity of the natural heritage in its full form. That is, physical environment, the flora and the fauna. Number 2, promoting researches on ecological conservation and other aspects of environmental preservation. Number 3, providing facilities for education, awareness and training. Last but not the least, to preserve the genetic variety in the crucial natural ecosystem settings. So my dear children, we have come to the end of the chapter. I hope you have understood the chapter well. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.